Hi, my name is Jeff DeBoer. I'm helping out with parking at the 24th Annual Ann Arbor Rolling Sculpture Car Show. It's going to be an amazing day. We've got several hundred cars coming. The weather's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be fun for everybody.
What'd you major in?
Education.
Yeah.
This was on. I came through this morning. All day. All day. Man. Really? Yeah. You know,
I can tell it all about the mountain boy who ran legal alcohol. His daddy made the whiskey and the son he drove the load. And when his engine roared, they called the highway Thunder Road. Sometimes in Asheville, sometimes Memphis town, the revenuers chased him, but they couldn't run him down. Each time they thought they had him, his engine would explode, and he'd go by like they were standing still on Thunder Road. And there was thunder, thunder, oh, Thunder Road. Thunder was his engine, and white lightning was his load. And there was moonshine, moonshine to quench the devil's thirst. The law they swore they'd get him, but the devil got him first. On the 1st of April, 1954, when a federal man sent word he better make his run no more, he said 200 agents are covering the state. Whichever road he tried to take, they'd get him sure as fate. A son, his daddy told him, you better make this run your last. Your tank is filled with 100 proof, you're all tuned up and gassed. Now don't take any chances, and if you can't get through, I'd rather have you back again than all that Mountain Dew. There was thunder, thunder, hold for Thunder Road. Thunder was his engine and white lightning was his load. There was moonshine, moonshine to quench the devil's thirst. The law they swore they'd get him, but the devil got him first. Come roaring out of Harlem, he was revving up his mill. Shot the gap at Cumberland and just screamed by Maynardville. He had G-men on his tail lights and a roadblock up ahead. That mountain boy took roads that even angels feared to tread. Blazing right through Knoxville, it was out on Kingston Pike. Right outside of Bearden there, they made the fatal strike. He left the road at 90 and there's nothing left to say. The devil got the moonshine and the mountain boy that day. And there was thunder, thunder, oh, for Thunder Road. Thunder was his engine and white lightning was his load. There was moonshine, moonshine to quench the devil's thirst. The law they never got him cause the devil got him first. The law they never got him cause the devil got him first.
Car is older than all of us.
Pretty awesome.
Of course, everybody remembers the most famous Model A of them all, and also the most requested song at this show, Hot Rod Lincoln.
Now you've heard the story of the hot rod race when the Ford and the Mercury was setting a pace. That story's true, I'm here to say, cause I was a driving that Model A. It's got a Lincoln motor and it's really souped up. That Model A body makes it look like a pup. It's got a
Boy, we love being at this car show with Steve. It's just reliving our childhood through all these cars.
Rolling Sculptures, 24th annual, having a wonderful time. This jockey behind me. We just love this show.
My first time.
First time?
Really? And
Who
what
organized the show? You?
well,
I'm one of them.
The downtown.
This is a memo for $4 to my little boy.
So first time to the car show.
Yes, the first time.
Okay.
I even don't know it was that event today. I just came to look for my kid and hang around. It's too hot to be in the office. It's nice.
Where's your accent from?
It's Spanish. It's fine.
So what do you like best about the show here?
I love the old cars.
Yeah, close the door, sure.
Hello. It's okay?
Yeah. I caught it. Nice recovery.
Oh. So how do you like driving a 1926 car?
Yeah, I feel.
Oh, you know what?
Like back in the days.
Oh my. Look.
Stuff there. Rocky.
You know this one. Okay, Rocky.
Rocky.
There you go.
Yeah.
Both chap members of the same club.
Are you? Okay.
The Corvette Club.
Okay.
That was a good meeting though, that regional, wasn't it?
Yeah, it worked out really well. I drove all the way over here in my 51.
Really?
And that,
Oh. What's your name? What?
Sarah.
Sarah, all right.
24th annual Rolling Sculpture Show here in Ann Arbor. Having a lovely time. Bright sunshine, blue skies, and it's hotter than a pistol. Here with my 63 unrestored Avanti. I've got about 105,000 miles on it. Done some engine work, transmission, but otherwise the body and interior is just as it was when I bought the car 7 years ago. Drive it about 2,000 to 3,000 miles a year. If I can't drive the car to the show, I don't go to the car show. So here we are.
Great show. Still warm. Great show.
Doing what, Ed? It's a great time. Ann Arbor is definitely a place to have an event like this for sure.
What cars did you bring?
We brought the 79 Lincoln.
That's all I got.
I forgot my pimpin' hat though, so.
hi everybody, I'm enjoying the Rolling Sculptures Car Show. I'm Rob Hoppin at Priceless Preservation. We do things like slides, what you're seeing here. And we're located in the Goodyear building, but you don't want to hear that. You want to hear about all the wonderful cars, and it's always wonderful to see all the cars around downtown, because nothing makes downtown Ann Arbor feel like the old town it used to be, like having a whole bunch of old, wonderful looking cars.
All our favorite people are here today at the Rolling Sculpture Show. And Ann Arbor District Library is giving away stickers and tattoos and little toy animals. And we're always happy to be here with the handsome guys in the yellow t-shirts.
Oh, you're a very perceptive lady.
Thank you.
Haggerty's the best classic car insurer you can have. It's got flatbed towing, original manufacturer's parts, and you can have a local agent.
Stop Haggerty. Get your free quotes.
I got a gal that rallies the most. Corvair, baby. We head for the course, way down on the coast. Corvair, baby. I'll make the first turn, she says, oh yeah. I'll make the second, she'll smile. By the time we're in the straightaway, she's by myself.
Okay, Corvairs, built by Chevrolet, most of them built right here in Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti area at Willow Run. They made about 1.8 million of these things, so there's still a few left in the world. The ones that are here belong to members of the Detroit Area Corvair Club, which is a member club of the National called CORSA, Corvair Society of America. It's about 3,500 members nationally. It's about 125 members here locally. We got 15 or 16 Corvairs here for the show. We have monthly meetings up in Waterford. The cars are cool, and the best thing about them is they're unique and they're inexpensive still. Unless your video is going to change all that and everybody wants to buy one, and then they can't afford one anymore. But let's hope that doesn't happen. They made lots of different kinds of Corvairs. They made 2-doors, 4-doors, convertibles, trucks. There's one down here to my right. It's a van. They made station wagons. They made turbocharged Corvairs like the red one right over here. That was one of the first turbocharged engines in the United States. The car itself is unique because it's rear engine, it's air-cooled, it's unibody, and it's got 4-wheel independent suspension. It was GM's first try at unibody, and it was its first and only try in a rear-engine car. So that's kind of cool. It's also the first Chevy after the Corvette to have bucket seats. And the thing that's interesting is, in 1960, they were building 4-doors, and then later on they started making 2-doors, and then somebody had the bright idea, let's put bucket seats in it and a floor shift and make it a sporty car. The one, well, there's several of them around here like that, so that the 2-door, 4-speed bucket seat sporty Corvair opened up a new market. And the man that saw that market open up was named Lee Iacocca. And he figured out if the Corvairs can sell sporty little coupes, he should be able to do that with his Ford. He made a Mustang. And of course the Mustang killed the Corvair sales because they were able to put a big V8 in, they had more horsepower, and you could make any kind of car you wanted out of a Mustang. Corvair, you were limited because of the size of the engine. 6-cylinder, flat 6 like a Porsche, and it was in the rear, and they just couldn't get over, say, 164 cubic inches. Couldn't get more than 180 horsepower, even with a turbocharger. So that kind of limited how fast you could go in the muscle car craze, and that's why basically the Camaro, the Chevy 2, all those Chevys after the Corvair, which had a V8 in the front, were able to compete better with the Mustang. Plus, the cost to build a Corvair engine, second highest cost engine GM made in that time frame. The only one that was more expensive was the big block 396, 454, 427 engine. So the profit margin was less, and of course what's General Motors going to do? Let's build more of those other cars. And that's kind of what killed the Corvair.
Bill, what do you think about this year's show?
I tell you what, I think it's great. I think every year it gets better and better and better. And I think the weather is with us. A lot of the people that come down here, the temperature's in the 90s, it's really hot. And I think that we have a new girl coming up pretty soon. But before I do that, I want to introduce you to a lady from the bank who we do business with at our dealership. And Jamie, say a couple of words.
It's great to be here. The weather is beautiful, and thank you, Mr. Crispin and Bill Crispin Chevrolet, for sponsoring the event.
And she was my sidekick to walk around and get a hold and pick out a car for the best one that's here. And like I told you last time, and I'm going to tell you again, that anybody that comes here and comes through the gate that pays to get into our show, they have the best car. So when you go out and you have to be the one to go out to pick the best car, that's really hard to do. And we do it, and we try to do a good job. But I'm glad that Jamie stopped by to turn around and to help us. And what else can I say?
Looks like you have a good helper there.
I got a good helper.
And
maybe she'll give me a good deal on my car if I finance a car. Maybe she'll give me a low interest rate. This is Sandy, and she's taken Maura's place over, and she's doing a great job. It's the first time for her to do it, and thank goodness that we got someone that came in that's like Maura, and we need her, and she does a great job.
Thank you. Yes, again, super grateful for our sponsors and all our volunteers that make this happen, and just an awesome community event.
What should we say?
26. Oh, look at that guy. He's a real driver.
He's a real driver. Hey, look, you can go without.
Here we are at the 24th Annual Rolling Sculpture Car Show. Beautiful downtown Ann Arbor on a wonderful Michigan summer day. A little on the warm side, but there's a nice breeze and there's a whole lot of nice cars in the Main Street area in downtown Ann Arbor. So if you can't make it this year, come down next year.
Ram, 1980, heater hoses.
No, really?
Hey, this is Surfer Joe, and I'm proud to be here for the 10th year and having a great time. We have perfect weather. Our Corvair club from Detroit is over by the post office, and I brought a bunch of Corvair songs and ads for the occasion. And we have a great crowd this night, as always, and just laying down those hot rod hits. Thanks.
It's been a great show so far. We're having awards in a few minutes. I can't wait to see who won.
Hi Steve, my name's Jeff DeBoer. We're having an amazing show this evening in Ann Arbor. It's the 24th Annual Rolling Sculpture Car Show. There are tens of thousands of people enjoying downtown Ann Arbor and these amazing vehicles. We've got old cars, newer cars, sports cars, touring cars. Everybody's having a great time. Everybody's at the restaurants, meeting their friends. It's another classic car show in Ann Arbor.
Welcome to the 24th Annual Rolling Sculpture Car Show in downtown Ann Arbor. Got a wonderful array of cars. We got a few awards to give out. I'm going to announce the award sponsors, and they're going to call their award winner up here. Get to say a few words and give you your prize. Let's start it off with Nate Petrulia.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for coming out here. We got an awesome turnout, booking crowd of people. The award was tightly contested, but for our road and track enthusiast choice award, we were particularly struck by the 911T down there of John Melvin. Now I know I've since heard that John passed away a few years back. So in accepting the award in his place, I'm going to ask Tim Pott to come up and accept the award and say a few words about John and the car.
You know, I'm very honored to accept this on behalf of the Melvin family. John was a long-time customer of mine. I did a lot of the modifications on that car, but I can't take credit for the creativity that went into putting a supercharger on that engine. I was sort of executing his ideas, and he did it over many, many years. He was an enthusiast, but the thing that is most remarkable about John was he was one of the leaders in crash safety and driver safety, and at his memorial service, a lot of distinguished individuals got up to acknowledge his contributions to driver safety, and the quote on the bottom of his cars is, "We don't know how many lives he saved because we don't track the fatalities." And he has been credited with saving a lot of lives in the automotive sports industry. So it's a great honor for me. He certainly deserved it, and he's up there somewhere smiling down because he loved this show. He passed away 3 years the day after this show. So thank you very much.
Next up we have Car and Drivers Editor's Choice Award. Here for that one, Rich Cephas. Here you go, Rich.
Hi everybody, Car and Driver located here in beautiful Ann Arbor. It's a mid-engine truck with a big V8 in it, and we think it's a prototype Corvette. Joe claims he's built this thing from parts laying around the home. That he has built it just with he and his dad put it together with stuff they had around their shop. Congratulations, Joe, come on up. Tell us what you said about how this truck came to be and alcohol.
My dad drank too many beers.
You can't get a better story than that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Brian Dover's here. to present the Life Well Planned Award from Raymond James.
We actually go around the show. We love the show. We take pictures of a couple vehicles that our clients, when they come to a client event down here, just down the street at Conner Neal's, and they sign in under the vehicle they would most like to own and drive while they're retired. The 1965 red Chevy Corvette convertible by Rick Seppos, now current driver, and I'm feeling intimidated by this, was our award winner.
Thank you for choosing my car, the one you'd most like to have if you were retired. I am not retired yet, and I'm driving it. So, thanks for this award, it's fun.
All right, Pete's here to present the Best Design Award for Toyota. Toyota is a big presence, automotive presence in the Ann Arbor community, and we certainly appreciate their sponsorship here at the show. Pete?
Thanks very much. Yeah, we're really happy to be able to actually present 2 awards tonight. The first is the Best Design Award. So Dennis Berry, please come on out. He's the owner of the 1931 Ford Roadster. It's right in front of Rock, Paper, Scissors over here. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for it.
The award for what we're calling the Mobility Award. It's a new awards category for us tonight because Toyota is a mobility company, and we do a lot of course, R&D, design work, all that kind of good stuff right here in the Ann Arbor area. So for this one, we're going to present Mr. Greg Wilson, who's the owner of the 1946 Willys CJ2. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a hold of the mobility mindset. So we really appreciate that, and don't worry, we're going to make sure he gets this award. So thank you very much.
Tim Pot's around. Tim Pot just collected an award. He's here to present one, the Twisted Wrench Award. Think about that. Tim will tell you about it.
Jeff DeBoer, who's the recipient of the award. Jeff, thanks for coming up here. Jeff has this 1969 Triumph GT6. He bought it in 1978 as a parts car for his other car, for a 72 GT6. It had no floor in it. The oil cap had been left off for who knows how many years. He literally learned to work on cars by working on this car. It's got a stock engine. What have I missed? He drives it all year round. He drove it recently at Mid-Ohio and he managed to spin a couple of times, I guess, on the pace lap. So, but it's really in the spirit of the, working on the car, learning how to work on cars, learning about the car, and doing a lot of things yourself. So, Jeff, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Jeff. You're over there. Thank you. I'll let you move on. Okay. Thanks much, guys. The Skin Knuckles Award. Think about that one. It's kind of self-explanatory, but here to tell you a little bit more about it, Bill Milliken.
Right on the heels of the Twisted Wrench. Yes, it is the Skin Knuckles Award. It's something that we've done for 6 or 8 years here. Bill Kinley and I judged this category together. The idea is, and sometimes a tough one, to go up and down the street and identify a car and an owner that's done all the work to bring it here today in the condition that it is. And there were some pretty good candidates on the street tonight. We had an honorable mention with Ed Purcell on this 1948 International pickup over my right shoulder. But Bill Kinley is going to make the announcement of the award winner of the Skin Knuckles Award tonight. Bill?
Thank you, Bill. We like to think this is one of the more important awards because it really embodies everything that's important in the car hobby. People that work on their cars themselves. Many of us grew up working on our cars, and we like to see that tradition carried on. Peter Hayden, who has an Aston Martin at the far end of Main Street, sponsors this award each year. And he's a checkbook restorer, does some really important restorations. He really appreciates, and we appreciate that he likes to see awards given to people who do their own car work. I'd like Jay Dupay to come up with me. So
I'm going to let Jay tell a little bit of his car. Well, I always wanted a Nomad, but it's kind of an expensive car, so I built it myself, and I got it for $1,000. It had weeds growing up to the ceiling in it, and a couple of the pieces on it cost well over $1,000, just a few things, but it took me almost 18 years to finish this thing, and I'm real happy and pleased to get that award. Still have knuckles. Good job.
As you look around the streets of Ann Arbor today for the car show, you see a bunch of yellow shirts. All the people in yellow shirts are volunteers. They volunteer their time to help put the show together and to make it happen. And Jeff has a little something to say about that.
So this is the first year we thought it would be really great to just honor the folks that make this entire event possible. You know, the smiling faces, this like wild array of vehicles that we see all around us. It's only truly possible without all the volunteers. We had more people volunteer this year than ever. We wanted to give this award to somebody that just exemplified the spirit of volunteerism. So I know Pete Washabaugh, you're standing out there somewhere. So come on, Pete, come on forward. So Pete is the consummate, penultimate, exemplary volunteer. Thanks, Pete. Well done. Let's see a few words.
Thank you, Jeff. I think you inflated my participation, but at least I feel that way. But thank you for this. It's a bit of a shock to the Bohr family presents this to me. So, but thank you very much.
Bill Crispin, come on up. Bill Crispin is the title sponsor for Rolling Sculpture. Has sponsored the show for many years. We couldn't put this show together without him. Bill?
Good evening, everybody. Another year, I don't know where it went. You see a lot of local faces here. Everybody's been here, been good weather, good cars, a lot of fun. Tonight, it's hard to walk around and try to pick a car that is number one, because as far as I'm concerned, every car that pulls in here is number one. A lot of guys work hard on them. They work very, very hard on them. So in my own estimation, every one of you guys deserve an award. However, we don't have enough money to do that. So I had to go around and I picked out the one that I tried my best with a couple other people. If we have Fred and Carol Hoffman that are in the audience, if they would come up here. Good evening. Fred and Carol are from Chelsea, Michigan. I believe that's just a little ways from here. And they own a 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air two-tone high top. They bought it in Kansas City in the year of 1992. Really, the car belongs to Carol, but Fred gets to use it once in a while. That's what I find out anyways. I don't know, is that true, Carol? Absolutely.
Yeah, no question about it.
Anyways, we picked it out for in our destination to be the best one that I could come across. So on behalf of the show, we have an award that we would like to present to you. Thank you very much, Carol, for coming, and I hope to see you next year. And remember, see the USA in a Chevrolet. And I want to thank all the volunteers. We could not do this without the volunteers that come here and work for us when we have the show. Thanks again. Enjoy the evening. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Bill. That wraps up the award ceremony for 2018.
Okay, now I got you. What do you got to say? Ooh, Abigail, where are you?
She doesn't like to be in the camera.
No?
Here we are at the Rolling Sculpture and having a good time, and with my buddy Steve. So it's always good. We went to Grazi's and then we come out here and hang out with all these good people.
These girls are so nice. Take care.